Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a couple of easy modifications to the Hornby 31. One is to make it more digital friendly and the other resolves a problem with the bogies. I understand the problems with the Mazak chassis, they were well publicised. We won't be going into that in this video, but what I will show you is another problem that seems to develop with these locomotives, and I've read about it on online forums a couple of times. I'll show you with this 31 that I haven't modified. This is 31130 Rail Freight Coal, which was a Rail Express limited edition a few years ago. As you can see, if you look down on the bogies, there was an obvious flare and they're out of true. They're not straight, they bow towards the ends. This can have an impact on running, as in there is your electrical pickup and they're not exactly pressing on the axle studs. It's not as obvious on the buffer end, but it is that end. The sandpipes are nowhere near where they should be. These two 31s I have in the station, these have already been modified, and if I show you 31111, you'll see the modification I did underneath. First of all, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera very well, the backs of all the wheels on the 31 have been lined with industrial grade insulation tape. The reason being is, as you can see, the 31's wheel tread is very, very thick, almost akin to old Lima wheels. If you compare the wheel tread to, say, this Bachmann Deltic, which I'll lay side by side, you can see how much thicker they are. This can cause problems with digital layouts, especially if you use Pico medium or small points, or indeed if you use a three-way point or a double slip. I'll attempt to show you now what the problem occurs. I will now run the 31 through the point work and show you what I mean by the short circuiting when one wheel touches the point blade whilst it is still on the rail for the other side. There we go, and as you can see on the dynamis, short circuit. Now the loco has shorted the track, I will attempt to show you what has caused it. I'm not sure how clear it will come out on the video, but you can see that the wheel is so large that the wheel tread is on this rail and the wheel flange is touching this check rail. This is causing a short circuit. This happens mainly on Pico medium, small and three-way and double slip points, as I've had from experience. The solution I found to this was to do what I've done with these two 31s and cover the backs with insulation tape. If you use industrial grade tape, the really sticky kind, it will not come off the brass wheels. These 31s have been done for the best part of 2 years and I've had no problems with them whatsoever. Now we have the 31s upside down, you can see the other modifications I've made to the bogies, notably these brass straps. These are 0.5mm brass wire that I've folded up into a U shape and then super glued on the end of the bogies to stop the spreading out of the bogies as is seen on this unmodified one. It is a very simple and easy fix for these locos. What I would suggest, if you're able, is before you do this, have your locos serviced, because you're going to have to break the bond to then remove these. Luckily I've been servicing locos for many years and I've serviced these two before doing the modification, and they will last 18 months to 2 years before I have to open them up again. But the difference between that, as you can see, quite spongy and the contacts are not quite there, to this one and this one, the difference in running and no short circuits is brilliant. My platforms are quite close to my rails, prototypical, but the 31s were catching on them as the bogies had flared out that much. Without further ado then, we'll head over to my workbench and we'll modify 31130. Then we'll see it running around the layout and we'll redo the test on these points to see if the short circuit has been cured. Well, here we are on the workbench, ready to do the conversion. And the workbench isn't usually this tidy. I've done this specially for the video, so don't be lulled into think I've got a tidy workbench. Make sure you've got your tools that you need handy: flat bladed screwdriver, scalpel, tweezers, pair of pliers, brass rod, tape and super glue. And whilst I do the work, there'll be a couple of trains in and around. There we go. And as you can see, I've installed a level crossing, but that will feature in the next layout update video. So, without further ado, let's get on with the conversion. First thing you need to do is to remove the base plate by unconnecting the 6 small clips that hold it together. Set that aside, and then you're into the actual gubbins of the 31. What makes this conversion easier is the 31 wheels actually come apart. The axle slide in to that middle part, so it makes it easier to apply the tape. Once you've pulled the wheels apart, you can start applying the tape, as you'll now see. I'll do it as a time lapse as it's a very tedious job. And then we'll put that bogie back together and work on the next one. So, if you sat through that time lapse, congratulations, it was rather boring. But that's the wheels done. All wheels have now got the insulation tape behind them, cut round as you saw each wheel. One thing I will tell you, if you do try this yourself, take your wheels out one at a time. The centre wheel of the bogie, this one, and obviously that one as well, they are smaller. They must go back in the middle, otherwise your model will not run properly. And also the orientation of the wheels is different as well. You must get them in. So this one, they're okay. This one I've got to take apart again because that I've put in the wrong way and it's 3 wheels, and that one and that one. So rookie mistake, but there we go. It won't take me a minute to fix, and hopefully you'll stick around and see what's next. Right, that's the bogie orientation sorted out, so now they all engage with the gears as they should. Next job is to cut some of this 0.5mm brass rod to fix on the ends to pull the bogie pivots in just slightly. So that'll be the next job. Here we go. Right, now I've done the brass wire, you can see how it goes on the bogies. One piece there on the rail guards and one piece near the sandboxes, and you'll notice now that most sandpipes now align with the wheels. So it's relatively simple. You'll notice in the time lapse that I did mess the last one up, but I've got plenty of rods so it didn't matter this time. And don't worry about the glue showing at the minute because it's still wet. Once the glue's fully dried, we'll paint them. But before then, we'll go back to the layout and see if it's cured the problems. Right, we're back at the layout now. As you can see, 31 is ready to go. I just thought I'd try and show you quickly the brass underneath. Once painted black, you can barely see it. So here we go, let's put the 31 on the rails. Right, and she's ready to go, lights come on. Right, let's see if it's cured the short circuit problem. There we go. No short circuit, runs properly through the points as it should, both directions. Very simple solution. I don't use point motors in my layout, anything like that. Mine are all manually flipped. So there we go. A relatively easy solution to a pain problem. Now, one thing I have noticed since doing this is Hornby's 50s share a similar wheel profile to the 31s. I haven't had the same short circuit problem with the 50s as I did the 31s, which is probably fortuitous, as I have a lot more 50s than I do 31s, and converting them all would take some time. Having looked into it, the reason the 50s do not cause the same short circuit problem as the 31s, even though the wheel profiles are the same, is there is not as much lateral side play in the wheel sets of a 50 as there was a 31. The 31's wheel sets were able to slop side to side due to the bogey problem that we've cured in this video. As you can see in this image as well, the brass rod is well clear of the railhead. These two 31s I've been running around have got them fitted, and there's been no issues there at all. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the conversion and modification video. I hope it brings somebody some help somewhere. If it's only just one person, then it's just one person. But I found the modifications easy. It works well with my 31s. As you saw earlier, the short circuit was a problem, but now the 31s run through all point working crossings, and the insulation tape really doesn't make any difference to the loco at all. It just makes it run a damn sight better. So until next time, which will hopefully be a layout update video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.